My life is way more peaceful when I assume that everyone is doing their best. It keeps me from being judgmental and helps me to focus on what is rather than what should or could be. Good morning, my happy soapy friends. How's it going today? We're getting towards the end of the week. I hope everybody is doing well. Everybody's in a peaceful place, smiling naturally, no fakey, smiling naturally. The other day when I did that video, you guys, wasn't that painful to watch? My face looked all jacked up, like, it looked painful, didn't it? Anywho, what are we doing today? Well, I'm going to start doing individual demos on every single one of the molds that we have been creating and selling ourselves. And now, I think it was last week that I did like a couple of different mold demos using some sand that I made. I was trying to replicate the kinetic sand. It did not go well. It is not kinetic sand. Kinetic sand is like, it's stretchy, right? It's like, it's almost like, oh gosh, what's that stuff? Silly putty. Like silly putty when we were kids that came in the little egg, and you could like take your cartoon printout and take your silly putty and make it into a big flat pancake and press it down on your cartoon and then peel it back over, and then you have your cartoon on your silly putty. Anyways, it's kind of stretchy like that. It moves, it's kind of fluid, it's stretchy. It's not at all what I made the other day. And I tried 6 different recipes the other day. Now the one that they made, and I told you guys, parts of 5, 3, and 1, you know what I mean? Your sand, your cornstarch, and your oil. That worked to get a moldable shape out of our bath bombs to practice with, and just for the intent of doing a bath bomb mold. But it's not kinetic sand, it's not. What did I wind up doing? I just bought some from Amazon, you guys, because I ain't got time for that, right? Ain't nobody got time for that. So we're going to go right over to Creation Station. I'm going to show you guys the kinetic sand that I just got in from Amazon, and we're going to do mold demos. There's going to be a lot of them coming up. I'm going to try to keep them to less than 3 minutes. So it doesn't take that long by the time you explain your mold, mold it, unmold it, and let everybody see. It's like 3 minutes. So we roughly right now have about, I think, 35 different 3D bath bomb molds that we have printed, and we are selling. Those are all up on soap-chef.com, and many, many more are coming. Today we're going to be doing, I'm going to quick, I think, we just printed the cauldron for Halloween, and we printed the tombstone that says RIP on it. For Halloween. Now between Halloween and Christmas, we've got about 55 different molds that we're going to be printing and putting up on the site, soap-chef.com. You guys check it out. The holidays are coming. This is when everybody starts making all of their things for end of year. So without further ado, let's go have fun, let's smile, and let's go and make some bath bombs together. Okay, what's cooking over here at Creation Station? Kinetic sand, that's what's cooking. Got this from Amazon. It's a 2-pound bag. Haven't even opened it yet. I can feel the inside of it. It feels pliable. I don't know about the stretchy consistency, but let's open this bad boy together. Let's take a looky-loo. And worst case scenario, if this is a bust, then we just make our regular bath bomb mix to do our demos, that's all. I'm going to cut right across the top of this. I don't even remember how much I paid for this. It wasn't that bad. Okay. Got my extra little container here because that's what I'm going to put this in. This is what it looks like. And you can see it's like smushy, right? It's moldable. So this is what you will see a lot of bath bomb mold suppliers. There's a lot of them actually that use the kinetic sand to do their demos. because it's probably easier, I would imagine, and also the cost of it. So now that we've got this out, now let's really take a look, okay? So you guys can see now, look. You see how this is moving and stretching? And like if I just put it in my hands, you guys can see it moving, right? That is what kinetic sand is supposed to look and feel like. That's it. And I'll be damned, I couldn't replicate it. And there's a lot of really crappy demos or videos rather online with recipes to make the kinetic sand. None of them worked. Anyways, we're going to move on from that. So here it is, right? I'm going to try to keep it covered up. From what I have read, this should last you several years if you do keep it covered up really nicely. For storage, I'm actually going to put a piece of plastic wrap on the top of there too, and then the lid, just to be extra sure. But what are we doing? What is this? Oh my, this is the long-awaited and much anticipated Megapint. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I had to, you guys. After the Johnny Depp trial, I had to. So anyways, this is huge. This is a mammoth, colossal size Megapint. Because it's a Megapint. You can't have a little teeny one and call it mega, right? JD wouldn't. All right, so let's start from scratch, and then going forward with all of the other molds, if you guys need to refer back to this one about all your pieces, parts, you can. And I have like an 8-part series on bath bomb molds and bath bomb making in general, tips, tricks for beginners, so forth. Anyways, this is a bottom plate. It has a lip. It has an edge. That's what you're going to put on the bottom. This is your outer shell. That gets placed on the top. And sometimes some of these will only go on one way. This one will only go on one way. Just so you guys are aware of that. Okay, so now we're going to start filling. We're going to see how this goes. Boy, this is just weird. Whoever tells you that your bath bomb mixture should feel like kinetic sand is not telling you the truth. Your bath bomb mixture should never feel like this. Never. This is sticky, it's gooey, it's, the consistency is just, you don't want your bath bomb mix to be like this. You do want it to represent like damp sand, not kinetic sand. Don't listen to those people who tell you that. Now with my regular bath bomb mix, I would go ahead and build up this whole top part here because again, we've got a pretty deep crater that we need to fill in, right? So I would build this up somewhat. Now this is 2 pounds. This kinetic sand right here is 2 pounds. And honestly, I've never worked with kinetic sand doing bath bomb demos. Never. This is my first time. So we're going to see together how this is going to go. All right, so then this is your top cup. That's kind of obvious because there's an indentation, which makes it a cup. You will also find bath bomb. Well, I'm just getting rid of some of the extra little filament because I literally just printed this off for ourselves. You will see other things that have another top plate, like the bottom one. You will see bath bomb molds that have a cup, which is an actual cup. And then you will see bath bomb molds that have a plunger, which would be this piece, really, really thick, with a flat surface, but the indentations and impressions and details would be on here. So those are your pieces parts. But again, like I said, and I'm going to link down below all of the video series that I did on bath bows. It's pretty extensive, so you guys can check those out. All right, so we're just going to turn that over, stick it on the top, and we're going to give some presses. All right, now let's give it our taps like we do. And this is heavy. Your bath bomb is not going to be heavy like this. because this kinetic sand is really heavy. Everything about this, the shape of it, the feel of it, the look of it, the texture, the heaviness of it, the dampness of it, everything about this is totally unlike your bath bomb mixture. It's nothing like it whatsoever. So pay no attention to the people who tell you you want your bath bomb mix to feel like, act like, and look like kinetic sand. No, you do not. You do not want that. We're just using it just to do a mold demo. That's it. All right, we're going to lift straight up with our bottom plate. There's the bottom side of it. Now we're going to put our fingers underneath, thumbs on the top. We're going to push up with our fingers and down with our thumb. Ready? Here we go. Oh, look, I busted through my glove. That's awesome. All right, now let's get our cardboard. We're going to turn this over. And I know I'm going to need to give some taps to make this release. Okay. Now, aside from the fact that, again, this is not like your bath bomb mixture, nor should it be, but here it is. There's your Megapint. How freaking cute. But how hefty, you guys. Look at how hefty. Now, you do not have to make it this hefty. That is for sure. This is colossal. That's huge. But again, it's a Megapint. It's supposed to be big. Now, what I will do with my actual bath bomb mixture, I will not pack it full, this entire shell. I will not pack that completely filled because I don't want this big, huge part down here. I will just pack that very slightly on the bottom and then build that rest up right in the middle for that top cup. But that is cute as hell. I can tell you that I don't like, so far, I don't like the kinetic sand for any purposes, really. It's just because it's not a true representation, you know what I mean?